sit down, grab a cup of tea, while I talk to you about the making of a 3-minute YouTube short. When, how, and why I choose to occasionally use Google Promote as a small content creator and AI. I'm not going to be talking about AI ethics or any of that, but just my general sentiments about it. All of this stems from a conversation I had in the comment section with Mackie Mac. Go show her some love and check out her channel. She has a fantastic collection and some unique doll finds that I find pretty amazing. Let me just start by saying that besides collecting dolls, I'm also a casual gamer. I've been playing video games since Atari 2600, Pong, and Combat Tanks. I even called myself a gamer until probably between Skyrim DLC releases and the shutdown of free roams. This is when the subscription-based model started to become super popular for companies, but super hated by me. Can you just sell me the program? There's literally no reason for you to keep charging me monthly. DLC was going crazy to extend the game and give you more content. Can I just say that I personally am not a fan of a game that never ends and that I can never truly win? I'm already playing that type of game. It's called life. Only thing is, in the game, you can buy an upgrade or use some potions to temporarily boost your stats. And that's what I think about Google Promote. So I made this Christmas video what I called the 12 Days of Christmas. And for some reason, it was not getting any views at all. I even changed the thumbnail several times. It just wasn't getting any traction. I wondered if it was my tags. I used ChatGPT to create my tags. Someone in some video suggested it, but now I'm wondering if it was a good idea. Frankly, from the times I've decided to really test out ChatGPT's learning curve and ability to do menial tasks, I found it inefficient, easily confused, and forgetful. I don't know if that's because I'm using the free version, but if you suck for free, I'm not going to give you my hard-earned money. So this is what I wanted it to do. Search the internet for ethereal male face sculpts. Sounds simple, but I knew it was going to be complicated and require training because how do you describe ethereal? I got it down to reduced pores, smoother skin, closed mouth, no strong expressions, with a neck that's compatible to a Mattel Ken doll. Can you believe after pulling up the ugliest sculpts ever, even after suggesting Fiken Hot Boys and Enerbay to me, it said I was too picky and that it was impossible. I said I could find good faces on first search and gave it exactly what I entered into the search based on the conversation we were having. So it suggested I enter a few URLs of the perfect face sculpts so it could tell me if they were perfect. What? The phrasing of what it possibly meant was bad. I gave it 5 perfect faces to narrow my search. It just said a bunch of garbage but never did a proper search, narrowing down my faces on eBay as requested. I can't believe companies trust this AI enough to move forward. I could show a person 2 faces, and they could have given me better search results with less typing. Sometimes, even with processes I have it run over and over, it changes from its standard format and forgets things I requested. On the other hand, Suno. I get the arguments against Suno. I really do. Before Suno, I tried to get into creating my own beats before deciding it was far too expensive for a hobby. All the beat packages you need to buy just to create even the simplest beat. The other route is buying instruments and learning to play them. I just want my musical lyrics to come to life, so sometimes AI is helpful. I was watching some YouTube videos in my feed. I got recommended a lot of anti-overconsumption videos. It's been an even greater topic because of all the crap going on with Black Friday disappointment and the Starbucks cups. I never really paid attention, But the 12 Days of Christmas, in a way, is a song that highly favors overconsumption. However, my version was the opposite. It was more about the gift of memories during Christmas rather than getting a lot of gifts. I wonder if that was what was killing my views. So back to the video. After I created the song, I had to edit all the clips and shots into the song I created. But the song ended up being faster and shorter than I originally was thinking. I had to rewrite it several times because of the 3 minutes. I never realized how long the 12 Days of Christmas song actually was. However, the time it takes to get almost 25 dolls out and set them up for 10 to 12 different scenes is crazy. You have to decide which dolls to use, get the dolls out, dress them, get all the pieces for each scene, maybe acquire things from the store for a scene you have in mind. For scene 1, my plan was always to use the owl. But originally the song was still saying, "A partridge in a pear tree." Unfortunately, that line resulted in copyright restriction. So I changed it. I thought it would be amusing if someone was wearing the Harry Potter gear, because I have these 2 permanently set up in this room box scene. I went ahead and I used them. And conveniently, there's 2 birds in their room box. And so that settles scene 1 and scene 2. Scene 3 was 3 French hens. I considered using 3 chickens from my barn scene, but then later decided doing a play on words where the birds were women, like British slang, a bird, would work better. But how to make 3 French girls? The simplest thing I could think of was having them wear 3 French berets, and luckily I had several. The next scene was calling for 4 calling birds, so 4 girls hanging out all on the phone. At this point, I decided to include the original girl, Blondie, in the count of girls. The 5 golden rings, I saw these tiny earrings shaped like Christmas bows, and I thought it would be fun if they were all wearing these crafted rings. But they were too big, so I made them into earrings. And that cost about $4 on Amazon. In my barn scene, I do have a goose, but how would I do that line for the girls? I decided on geese a sleighing. I could just dress them up in dresses that match their earrings. Actually, everything was going pretty smoothly. And then I got to 7. I recorded myself opening the Rainbow High pool. I bought this in the summer, but I never opened it. I figured I could use the footage in another video because of the timing gaps in the song. I ended up rolling it into the 3-minute video. So I set that up and I used some other beach pieces I had. But then came the problem. The dolls I chose were based on laziness, which backfired against me. And the main characters I chose were John and Blondie. And I knew I was going to use John because a later song, part of the song, calls for drummers drumming or musicians playing. And he's holding drumsticks, and he's usually the drummer in other videos. I was also going to use the 2 birds, so that's what made me decide on going ahead and using Blondie. Then with scene 2, I needed a doll that could fit the beret. So her hair had to lay really close to her head, so I chose the rebodied Barbie from the Power Pair set. Barbie Looks, that plays Sheila in my She-Ra He-Man series, was the next doll I chose because she's always out. And then for the next scene, I picked dolls that were also not put away yet. Debbie Allen and a rebodied fashionista who I generally use to try on clothes that I bought for the dolls. The 6th doll I picked was a Barbie extra who was close to the edge of the shelf. So every time I said rebodied, that body was a fresh doll body. The Barbie Looks and the Barbie Extra are both curvy. And guess what? Now it's time to put them in swimsuits. unbelievable. It's a good thing I didn't buy bathing suits like I was thinking, because except for the traditional boring Olympic swimmer style swimsuits, the bikinis could not fit on the butts and hips of the fresh or curvy dolls. Blondie had a standard Barbie body, and I made sure I put Patty Wilson doll on a standard body. The tops could fit the curvy, but the only ribbon fabric I had that matched the tops was for the purple. So I had to make 4.5 ribbon bikinis. After many mental iterations, I decided on 8 guys fixing things. But what to fix? I was thinking maybe like an old TV, but then I thought a car would make more sense. However, did I have a car with a hood raises? I was so lucky with that one. And the rest is pretty much video history. But think about all that work to get so few views. Talking like 16 or 17. Oh, it hurt. So now what I needed is a virtual replenishing potion to push my video out so people will see it. Time for some DLC, if you will. This is when I use Google Promote. I only drop like $10 to $20 depending on my expenses on the video. You have to pick what you want help with. Health equals views and magic equals subscribers. I usually choose views because I heard if you don't have enough of your subscribers actually watching your content, YouTube will ding you. So I'm hoping I'll get enough viewers who see my videos and will naturally subscribe. How reliant am I on pay to play? I probably use it once a month or once every 10 videos. I'm usually quite content with the number of viewers I have. So yeah, as a small content creator, sometimes your ego takes a hit. It's hard finding the perfect balance. I still want to do this for fun. So I don't want to have so many subscribers that I feel pressured to do a set style of content. But I want to have enough viewers that I don't feel like, maybe I'm too far out of my element. The videos that do the best are usually on new dolls, right? That's an expensive style of content to maintain. I don't need anyone to help feed this bad habit. It's been good though, using my imagination, my creative side, and I'm always thankful you're watching.
Spread holiday love and cheer. Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.